Last week I got so many questions about what it means to train a muscle in a lengthened position. So I'm here today so that I can show you exactly what this means. In strength training, there are 3 muscle positions that you can be in. The first is called an isometric contraction. That means you're contracting the muscle, but the muscle is staying in its same position. So it's not being lengthened, it's not being shortened, it's just staying the way it is. Something like a wall sit is a great example of that. Or maybe holding a plank is another good example. Then when we moved, there's 2 different kinds of contractions. There is a concentric contraction, which is where the muscle shortens, and then there is an eccentric contraction, which is when the muscle lengthens out. And that is the part of the move that we want to focus on if we want to increase muscle flexibility. So if I'm doing a bicep curl, when I'm bringing my hand towards my shoulder, the muscle is shortening. That is the concentric contraction. When I am lengthening it out and I'm extending the arm, that is the eccentric contraction. And that's the place that we often don't work as hard. So a lot of times if you see people in the gym, they're out there and they're like, ooh, right? And so that's where we actually want to have more of our focus. So after we pull that weight in, we want to slowly resist the weight as we lengthen the muscle out. So if I am on my reformer, my concentric contraction is here, and I'm going to resist the tension on that eccentric contraction. So I'm doing a lot of work as I pull my hands in towards my shoulders, but I'm also doing a lot of work as I allow that muscle to lengthen out. I'm resisting rather than letting the machine extend the arm for me. So again here, my concentric contraction is pulling the carriage towards my platform. And when the muscle lengthens out, that eccentric contraction, I'm resisting the spring. So it's a nice, slow and controlled movement as opposed to letting the springs pull the carriage back. It's tempting to do that because it's way easier, but we want to resist that motion, and then we'll get a lot more work out of the move. Now, since we've been talking about hamstrings, I'm going to show you how you can focus on the eccentric contraction when you do a hamstring curl. So my concentric contraction is pulling my feet towards my butt, and my eccentric contraction is resisting the weight as I lengthen my leg out. I hope that all helps you make sense of how you can train your muscles in the lengthened position. Try these out this week, and if you have any questions, let me know.